I believe that everybody has a story, and I'm fascinated to hear them. So come with me as we take a walk down Fascination Street. Hey guys, you know how much I love 5-4, which is now Menlo Club. Remember, I've been a member for over 2 years now, and I love them. Well, I got together with the folks at Menlo Club, and they're offering my listeners a 50% off plus a free pair of 5-4 sunglasses. Menlo Club is great clothes. They come to your door every month. It's $60. That includes tax. That includes shipping. You get to select your sizes, your styles. It's really super easy. And like I said, the clothes are great. So go to menloclub.com. Sign up, use the promo code FSP, as in Fascination Street Podcast, and you will get 50% off your first month plus a free pair of 5-4 sunglasses. Thanks, guys.
What if Michael Jordan played one secret pickup game in summer 1996 to pay off a debt so big it would get him banned from the NBA for life? What if that game was played on a private court in Malta, and Jordan's parting gift was a jewel-encrusted pair of Jordan 11s, a pair of kicks so special and rare that they could be worth millions, if they actually exist? Follow Jack Palms on a hunt from San Francisco to Hawaii and back across the country to New York City as he tracks the only person who knows the truth about these sneakers, a felon who just skipped his bond to chase them. The mythical pair of sneakers that can only go by one name, the Maltese Jordans. Seth Harwood presents his next novel. Subscribe today at patreon.com/Seth Harwood.
Welcome back, guys. This episode is with John Pirruccello. John Pirruccello is an actor in the most recent season of Twin Peaks and the new HBO show Barry. And we talk a little bit about his career, but mostly it's just two guys hanging out, having a good time over lunch. That being said, it was recorded at Bob's Big Boy in Burbank, where they filmed the movie Heat. And so there is some background noise, a tiny bit of eating. I tried to get rid of as much as I could, so my apologies. But I had a lot of fun with John. It was the first time I got to meet him in person. I had talked to him before on the phone. And John is a really, really great guy. A lot of fun to talk to. Follow him on all of his social medias and check out his new show, Barry. And check out Twin Peaks when it comes back, because he'll be on that too. Enjoy, guys. John Pirruccello.
Yeah, talk to me, yeah.
So what's up, man?
Well, not too much. Just clawing for attention, as usual. Trying to raise a couple of kids and, have a career and
Kick ass.
yeah, like who was a parent?
Mary Tyler Moore.
That's who I was trying to think of.
Yeah,
Mary
but she
Tyler
didn't have
Moore.
anything.
Okay.
How exciting for me.
Oh well, thanks for
Absolutely.
asking.
We did this before on the phone. That was one of the different podcasts. It was a while back.
I had the
I say
time
a
of
long
my
time
life.
ago. It was probably
Like
9
a month
months or
ago.
year.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So what's up?
Well, I don't know. I'm just waiting for. Let's see. Barry's coming out on the 25th.
Oh, cool.
And it's funny, I just was at an audition yesterday, and Chris Williams.
Who the fuck is Chris Williams?
Yeah, Chris Williams is Vanessa Williams' brother.
Oh,
Now
all right.
you remember Vanessa Williams. 'Cause
Everybody remembers
nobody
Vanessa
forgets
Williams.
those photographs. God bless her.
Photographs.
Huh?
Yes, nobody forgets.
No one
those
forgets.
photographs. I think she should have got an extra crown.
I think
instead
so.
of getting her crown taken away.
Well, yes, if we ran the world, for God's sakes, even looking back on that, that even looks tame, compared to
What's going on
do you know
now?
what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Our sort of prudish, puritanical, whatever nature, was like, oh my God, the Miss America contest, she can't represent our country having done naked pictures,
Meanwhile, Kim Kardashian's built an empire.
off a sex tape, an empire. off a sex
an
tape.
accidentally released
Yeah,
sex
right.
tape.
As if. People forget that. People forget the foundation of that whole. First of all, the foundation of that family is their father was an OJ lawyer, right? So Robert Kardashian is an OJ lawyer, and then that I'm guessing I don't know, but I'm guessing that was the brush with fame for the family, where the drug of fame is sort of introduced to the family. Because I mean, I guess the wife wasn't famous, was she?
I think the wife was best friends with
Nicole.
Yeah.
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 So in other words,
so they were kind of in the circle already, but I think you're right. I think they did catapult them.
I see what you're saying.
That's
That's an even more to my point. Would be that they would be seeing fame. They'd be near it.
They had their baby toes in it.
Yeah.
They were in the kiddie pool.
They're in the kiddie pool, looking at the fame and going, "Ooh, I want that.
Yep.
I want some of that."
And boy, did she get some of that.
She sure did.
I think she has all the money now.
Really?
Yeah, it's all of it. She had between her and Kanye. I think they have all of it.
Oh, all the money that exists.
Yeah. All of it.
Yeah, that's okay. Let them have it. What are they going to do with it? Yeah, we don't need money. My rent's paid. I'm fine. You know.
See, there you go.
I don't begrudge Kim Kardashian a career. I don't begrudge her any money. You know,
Not at all.
She's taken it, and she's like worked hard, and she has a whatever her empire. She certainly does what she's perfected the selfie. You know, I mean, these are all.
She's got her own style. I don't know if you know this, but she was one of the pioneers of the subscription-based purchasing. You know, like 5-4 Club or Dollar Shave Club. You know, that subscription-based purchasing. Her and one of the other OJ lawyers. I can't remember which one.
Yeah.
They did Shoe Dazzle, which was
kind of like Zappos or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a subscription shoe service. And,
that's funny.
And it was her and that other dude started it. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Did you get to have sex with her and tape it if you got shoes? Was that part of the...
It must have been.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I would think.
I think it was if you joined the Premier Club. Or
yeah,
like that.
You get the once a month.
Yeah, once a month.
Kim shows up. What are you up to? It's new in your life. What are you doing here? Why the hell are you in LA?
Well, the reason I'm in LA over the internet, I kind of became friends with Clint Howard.
Oh yeah.
And
love Clint Howard.
I came in, I don't know, last July. I came in July to meet him and to hang out with him. And I ended up, that's when I started this podcast. Because I was like, well, I'm going to be in LA. I'm going to be hanging out with Clint. I might as well start a podcast like of my own. Because I travel all the fucking time.
Oh, good.
So I'm like, why don't I just start one myself where I interview people that I find fascinating? You know, like in all of my travels.
I'm humbled and flattered that you would include me in the fascinating realm.
That's very sweet.
I will do my best to be at least as interesting as Kim Kardashian. As impossible as that seems.
Take it off.
That's right.
Take it off.
We are way back in the corner of this restaurant, and I think it just really just one curtain. And you and I could, right? Yeah, exactly. I mean, that iPhone, there you go, a couple of menus. These are Bob's Big Boy menus.
Sorry, we could do this.
These are the big
menus. I don't know if you know this, but they filmed Heat here.
Oh, did they really? Oh, man, I remember, when the first Hollywood movie that I ever did, I lived in San Francisco, and I did a movie called Ed TV, and Ron Howard was the director. And they came up to San Francisco to do all the exteriors, and then the interiors were down here. So they flew me down to... they did my exteriors up there, and then they flew me down here to do the inside stuff. I think right around here. It was a bar in Burbank, actually.
It was a bar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What? I don't remember what it was called. Anyway, and of course back then. Chris Williams. Thank you. Yeah. It'd be a touchdown. The next time you see me, we're gonna look at each other and it'd be like Chris Williams. Okay, I'm still here. But that was a funny story because they called me down for the premiere of the movie. And I thought, here I go, Hollywood premiere. My ex-wife and I came down here for the premiere to get a hotel. We're going to go to the, big Hollywood premiere, Ron Howard movie. And we get down, we get to the premiere. And the reason I'm telling the story is because Clint Howard was there. And I was like, oh, wow, that's Clint Howard. I was like starstruck, right? Because I love him.
It's funny that you worked with Ron, but you're starstruck by Clint.
Well, yes, I was. Because I had already been, I was pre-starstruck. Yes, because with Ron, it was like, oh, you need to go meet Ron now, and he's like sitting with his back, up on stools in our location in San Francisco, and he like turned around and there he is. There's Ron Howard looking right at me, and I went, that's fucking Ron Howard right there. Awesome. And he's looking right at me, and he's talking to me right now.
How is it to be directed by him?
Oh, he's awesome.
Is he good?
Beyond good. Yeah, amazing. Made us all very, very comfortable. It was kind of a weird thing. We kind of had to kiss, me and this person that I kind of just only kind of know, And it was funny. I remember he came out from behind the video village. I'm jumping around on the story. I'm going to tell the punchline now if I tell you this part. So we'll jump back to this part. You're going to edit all this, and so it'll be like putting the Godfather movies
Not
all
even
in.
a little bit.
Yeah. So the lights go down, the movie starts, and actually, I think it was a cast and crew screening, so it wasn't like a premiere. It wasn't a red carpet or anything. It was a cast and crew screening. Lights go down, movie comes up. The top of the movie is my character's engagement party. All the main characters there, Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey and Jenna Elfman, and they're all in. And then it gets to the part where it's going to be my stuff, and it's like the back of my head, the size of the screen. Like, it wasn't even that I'd been cut out, but they left in like the back of my head.
Like
and
the camera was behind you.
It was behind me, and so my head was 30 feet tall, the back of it, and I still had hair on the back of my head back then. And then like a couple seconds later, I sort of walk in the background across the screen. And I said to my ex-wife, I go, well, that was my scene.
Maybe I'm not about to take off.
Basically... Well, that's funny. I wasn't even thinking about that. I guess I probably was, but it was more like, hey, we're going to go see our movie, and I'm not in it. So the part of the story, why did that matter about Ron? So when he came out and directed us, he said, a lot of the women back here are telling me that your kiss is looking more like a first date or something, and not like you're about to be married, So you need to, basically,
I like
saying,
that he said some of the other people are saying.
Yes, that's exactly right.
That's
exactly
hilarious.
Like a lot of you, like Trump does, right? He's like, a lot of people are saying.
It's a lot of people.
A lot of people are saying.
A lot of people are talking about it.
But I think he was using the women to bolster his argument. In other words, if it was just me, you and I know, John, that it's probably fine. But the women aren't buying it, and they know. So God bless her, she just grabbed me and planted a deep ass kiss on me, and I'll always remember that. That was so ballsy. I was like, because, this is my first time in a Hollywood movie. And just all eyes on us. We're at the center of the attention. And, of course, all of that is cut out.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. Absolutely awesome. I love it.
So you were asking me, what I'm doing here. I just sort of went off on...
Clint Howard. You just started, name dropping.
That's what I do now. I just name drop all the time. I'm about to do it again.
Oh, good.
So when I came out to hang out with him, I decided to start the podcast, and obviously I interviewed him, but I was here for 4 or 5 days or something. I interviewed a bunch of people so that I could have a whole bunch in the can, so that I wouldn't just be behind or whatever.
Sure.
And when I was interviewing Clint, throughout the course of the interview, he said, who you should really interview is my dad. And I was like, oh my God, that'd be amazing.
Oh no.
So
when was it? How long? Well, obviously
this was in July.
Obviously, yeah.
And so he set it up because his dad was out of town for a couple of days.
So you interviewed Rance?
I'm the last person to interview Rance.
Oh my God.
So,
wow.
So January 1st, I dropped the last interview of Rance Howard.
Unbelievable.
And so that's why I'm here now, is because he passed right after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
This weekend, they're having a private memorial celebration to honor Rance.
Nice.
And so Clint invited me, and that's why I'm here.
That's really cool.
So I got to interview Rance Howard at his own breakfast table in the house that he raised those two boys.
Oh my God.
It was amazing. I got to swim in their pool.
Oh my God.
Hang out at their house.
Unbelievable.
It was a blast. And Rance Howard was one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
He was the sweetest dude. And it's my most downloaded podcast.
What an honor.
So
I'm going to go listen to it.
He is amazing.
I've never met him, but I remember one of the crew people on EdTV talking about Rance kind of guiding his kids, we
talked a lot about that, about how difficult it was, because at one point, Clint was working on Gentle Ben in Florida, and Ron was working on the Andy Griffith Show here at the same time.
Oh, wow.
Plus, Rance was also on Gentle Ben.
Sure.
And Jean, their mother, she was also acting. So a lot of my questioning sort of centered around, how did you make all of that work? Like, the logistics is mind-boggling.
Sure.
I mean, we barely had phones back then.
Right.
We didn't have pagers. I mean, they had an answering service, but it's not like a machine or anything where you could just go home and, listen to Dad call you or whatever. And there was no email, and obviously no cell phone.
But isn't it like, Yeah, I'm sure that it was complicated, but isn't it like...
He made it sound like it was the easiest thing in the world.
That's what I'm saying.
He was just like, everything doesn't have to be complicated.
That's exactly right, and this is my point. My point is that when you have a priority, when there is an immovable object is Ron's doing this show, Clint's doing this show, I'm doing this show. These are the things that can't change.
Right.
You just work it out. The rest of it just fills in, and you just figure it out.
We don't really do that anymore.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
That to me, like
there's a lot of quit with people.
You think?
Uh-huh.
You just like slipping me your card right in the middle of the podcast, man.
That way you can go check out next.
I certainly will. I look forward to it. Nice card.
Thank you.
And by the way, it's smart. Your card is smart. It doesn't have some kind of weird coating on it or whatever. It's a fucking white piece of paper to write stuff on. Yep. Your card is functional.
Thank you.
I can't say enough about how important that is.
Thank you.
I won't say anything more important than that. That's it. We just peaked.
We just peaked. All right.
I was a late bloomer. I did not join SAG until I was nearly 30. And so, so I took a long time waiting tables and doing bullshit stuff, putting off my dreams.
And were you married?
No. I chased a girl off to France and then was there for a while. And then I went to Italy and lived on credit cards and just hung out. And, I was there when the wall came down, and...
back when credit card interest rates were 15 and 17, 18%, right?
Well, I guess they are if you pay them back, but
okay. That makes sense.
Which I did.
Sure.
You're going to cut this out, right? No. Okay.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
Just in case, let me give you my social security number.
Oh, and your mother's maiden name is?
You don't mind.
Awesome.
Howell.
Cool. Oh, yeah. Sure.
So all I'm saying is, maybe I'm talking to you because I have these concerns about my 18-year-old. Because I look and I go, Jesus Christ, if I had just got my act together just like 8 years quicker, like, where would I be right now? Like, my whole schedule is off now. And, because I'm starting to feel the schedule. And I'm fine. I've never been doing better in my career than I'm doing right now.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. And here you are, traveling around and doing your podcast. And you're doing well, too. I guess what I'm saying is that they're on their own schedule.
They are. I think that's the hardest part about being a parent is coming to the realization that they're not on your schedule.
Right. Even though their heads are completely up their asses, and if they would just listen to just 5%, they would save themselves a whole shitload of heartache. But,
I think that, I think video games is what fucked it up. I mean, when we were kids, video games were cool, but they weren't so cool we didn't leave the fucking house.
Well, except You're
going to say Nintendo, right?
Well, I've said this same thing that you just said, and then what was said back to me was we had television. Like, there was always something. Like, before there was television, there was radio, whatever it is, there was always it's always, well, I know we were bad, but we weren't this bad. I mean, that's how the whole world works.
Right.
So look, focus on him, don't focus on my deal. So we always do that. We always go, oh, I know I'm not a great husband, but look at that guy, you know. So that's what we're doing. Like, I know that I was distracted and watched a lot of television, but I didn't play video games 24/7. And I will agree with you. I mean, my son, before he plugged into what was our first? I mean, we had a 64, I think, was the first thing he played, which was old, I think, already at the time. He was a voracious reader, like as a young man. Oh, yeah. Even as like an 8-year-old. He read like a book every 2 days. He was a voracious reader. And then the video games came along. And he has to this day basically stopped reading. But what are you going to do? Back to our original premise. What the fuck are you going to do? You can't force. It's his life. You can't force him to read. And would you even want to if you could?
Right. He's going to be like, well, fuck all that.
Fuck all that reading. Exactly. Like I knew I was right. Oh, are you going to clean up my hot look? Oh, because it's on your cord.
That's really the only reason.
I thought you were like me and my mother and came making a mess, John. Like, no, I'm ruining your equipment. Do we know the effects of hot sauce on a lavalier cord? I mean, this could be science we're doing right now.
It's Rode microphones. I'm sure it's fine.
Okay. Are they Finnish or Danish or one of those guys?
Yeah, I think it's German. Somebody over there. This episode is brought to you by Rode microphones. Thanks, Rode.
I was listening to Howard Stern yesterday, and he started going off on how great Dunkin' Donuts was.
Yeah,
or is. Like how much he loves Dunkin' Donuts. And I was just thinking, that's so funny. And then he goes, look, and they're not our sponsors. I just love Dunkin' Donuts. So
that's funny.
Yeah.
I have 2 children who are in their mid-20s.
Yeah.
Your kids are how old?
18 and 15. I know that when my son said he wanted to be an actor, that's terrifying to me because...
Much as it was terrifying to your parents.
Well, maybe not, though, because I come from a military family. I mean,
That's
I told you that.
you were in San Antonio, right?
Well, yeah, that's why I was in San Antonio. But to your point about quitting, right? I would not say that my work ethic is even close to what it ought to be or what I've seen or what I admire. I do not have a great work ethic. But when I decided to become an actor, when I made the choice and pulled the trigger, I was absolutely single-minded about it. I mean, I didn't have a girlfriend. I didn't have a wife and kids. I didn't have, I made $5 an hour. So my entire life was I'd buy a burrito for $3 and half is lunch and half is breakfast. I mean, and I loved it. I never felt poor. I never felt, because all of my time and attention was going toward being a professional actor. And which I did. I mean, pretty quickly.
What made you want to be an actor?
Well, I've always wanted to be an actor. I've been an actor since I was a little kid. I was always in the school play. When there was no theater in my school, I went and did stuff at the college and at our community theater nearby. And it's all I've ever wanted to do. But then when it came time to sort of say, well, this is what I'm going to do for a living, well, that was a big bridge to cross. That was a much bigger chasm there. It was sort of like there was nobody there to demystify it for me.
There was no internet, so you couldn't. It's not like you can look up the internet now and it'll tell you the steps, but you can certainly find a lot more information about how to do it.
And I think maybe most importantly, it just wasn't normalized for me. It wasn't a normal thing. I didn't know anybody. Nope, I didn't grow up here. I grew up on a dirt road in Vermont. Nobody in my family, not any actors, no artists. So that's what my son has. What my son has that I didn't have is that it's a normal thing. Like in fact, he was a series regular on a couple of cartoons. He was.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, on Thundercats and on Bubble Guppies.
Yeah.
And so he's seen it.
Didn't you play his dad in one of them?
Yeah, in Thundercats I did. That was super cool. I mean, that was like my equivalent of your kid being on the baseball team or something. And sort of like all of a sudden...
You got to go coach the baseball team.
I got to go coach the baseball. I didn't coach. I got to go be on his baseball team. It's going to break down if we go too far into it. The whole thing is going to collapse.
Oh, we should stop now.
But the point is, my son sees me doing this work. He's done the work. He talks to all these casting people. It's kind of all around us here. It's ubiquitous in this town. And so it's a normal thing that people do, just like waiting tables at Bob's Big Boy or whatever it is. It's like it's not like, ooh. It was kind of like when I was a kid and I would read these skateboard magazines, like all these guys.
Thrasher.
Hell yeah, I read Thrasher. And it would be like, so I'm on the dirt road in Vermont. There's not even a place for me to skate. And I'm like looking at Tony Alba and Stacy Peralta and all these guys and going, well, and then I move out here. And one day it occurred to me, I think my girlfriend, she said something about being living in Dogtown, because she lived down at like the end of Ocean Park, and she's
really?
Well, here in Dogtown, I was like, oh my God, I am in Dogtown. I have now.
Is that Santa Monica?
Basically like Venice. It's it's like where Venice and Santa Monica meet, kind of, yeah. And so here I am, like all these years later, in the magazine or something. I mean, that's what it was like to do Twin Peaks. It was like I'm in the sheriff's station, and all of a sudden I'm like inside like Mike TV and Charlie the Chocolate Factory, right? It's like I'm in the television set now. So the point being, it's demystified. So he's not up against that. All he's up against is his own work ethic and his own desire to move towards something. And so I almost feel like, when he says he wants to be an actor, what I want to say to him is, no, you don't. I want to discourage him because I don't. But I mean, I want to discourage him because that's how hard it is. You can be the greatest actor in the world, and you're not going to get there. You're not going to make a living at it if you don't. In fact, that's why you see a lot of bad actors, because all you have to do really is hustle. If you hustle and then get lucky, right? So you hustle and then get lucky, then you can have a career. Like, I feel extremely lucky. I'm certainly not the best actor in Los Angeles, but I work at it. I try to get better, and I got lucky, and I stay in it. That's what I do. I don't leave. So I just keep at it. And if he doesn't keep at it, so it's almost like the guy that you say no to, and he goes, well, I'm going to do it anyway. I mean, that's what you need. Right. That's what you need. You need to have that where someone says no to you and you do it anyway.
Build some oppositional defiance in you.
Something like that.
A little bit, at least.
Because what he's up against is that he just kind of was given these two cartoons. Because my agent said, I think Eamon would be good at that. And so he auditioned and just got him. And then he auditioned for a second one and just got it. He's a series regular all of a sudden on two cartoons at the same time. So in his mind, well, that's
too easy.
That's how it is. When you want to do a cartoon, you just go, okay. In fact, I remember at one point he goes, it's okay, we've got this other audition for this other cartoon. And he goes, I don't know, Dad, I've already got two. And I go, yeah, that's true. And he goes, I mean, I kind of want to have time to play with my friends and stuff like that. And I went, all right, sure. So in his mind, the idea that he'd been an adult saying that, are you kidding me, man? You work as much as you possibly can. You know, you would never say no. But anyway, do you want some toast?
No, thank you very much. Actually, since I was here last, one of the guys I interviewed is kind of a personal trainer, like a celebrity fitness trainer or whatever. He kind of got me off of sugar and grain.
That's it.
I've lost 30 pounds.
30.
I don't
God
work
bless
out.
you.
I don't exercise. I don't work out.
So you're being religious about the sugar and the grains.
Not really.
What about the sugar?
Just every once in a while I'll have something, but the biggest thing was the sugar in my coffee. I used to have sugar and half in my coffee all the time.
Howard Stern would say, you don't really like coffee, do you?
Fuck him.
That's what he'd say. Oh, you want to put sugar? Oh, you don't really like it. You don't like the taste of coffee.
He's a stupid asshole. he doesn't believe in podcasting, so fuck him.
Howard Stern has dominated the airwaves.
Whether it was terrestrial or on...
Well, and here's the deal. Like, I think that had he not moved to satellite, he probably was. In fact, I bet we can go back and find him saying satellite is bullshit before he signed up for it. I think. Or did he kind of like... Was he the pioneer there with the satellite?
Satellite was around. He wasn't syndicated in San Antonio, so I never really listened to him. But he probably did. I'm sure he did say it.
Because that's what I'm saying. Like I
know that when the Kindles first came out, ebooks and everything, I would listen to authors be like, "Fuck that! That's never going to take off. People want to have the physical Dead Sea version.
Yeah.
It's never going to work."
Yep.
And now they charge more for an ebook than they do for an actual paper book,
which is nutty.
It's the most insane thing ever.
You should be charging like $1 for an ebook.
It's just like an album on MP3 or whatever.
That's right.
It costs more to buy the MP3 version than an actual physical CD.
Is that true?
It is on Amazon. It's $1 more to buy. Is that right? Or maybe it's $1 more to buy the CD, and then you get the MP3 for free.
Right.
It's crazy.
I know. Yeah.
It's insane.
Didn't they just buy Whole Foods?
They
Amazon?
did, yeah.
And I think I read an article that they're all of a sudden they're employing all these. Here's the thing: it can never last. The party is always eventually over. Like Ben and Jerry's was, whatever, helping the community, and nobody made more than 20 times more than anybody else. Eventually, it's like, you know what? Fuck it.
It can't work.
Can't work. Here's the thing. It is not sustainable. It moves toward bureaucracy, and it moves toward bloated, whatever. It's like absolute power corrupts absolutely or whatever, right? So in order to be as big as Amazon, of course, they're going to have all of these new performance models that are sort of inserted. They have to. How else do you get me my book for $2, Right. I mean, it has to be that way. So
I don't see how Amazon can give me free shipping and all the movies and music I want for, what is it, $90 a year or $100 a year, whatever the fuck Amazon Prime is. I don't see how they can do that.
Yeah.
How is that even possible?
Well, there's some way they get you in. And once you're in, there's little tiny ways that they're making money off you that some of it you don't even notice probably, right? Yeah. I got pissed at them the other day and quit my Amazon Prime.
Oh, did you?
To give me my money back, and I don't remember what it was.
I love that it was so big that it made you quit, but so small that you don't remember.
I don't remember. I think it was something along the lines of they re-upped me or something without notifying me.
Like an automatic renewal?
Yeah. Which, you can make the argument, well, I knew that. I knew they were, and I should have put that on my calendar. But somehow it's going to be so boring. I think I had it attached to some account that I don't normally use, and so I didn't notice, and then it re-upped, and then it bounced something, and then I got 5 or 6 charges from the bank on that thing until I finally noticed. And do I follow you on Twitter?
I think you do.
I hope I do.
I think you do.
Didn't I just see us get friended today on Facebook?
Yeah, I was sitting in the airport in Phoenix for 4 hours. I was like, hey, maybe I should start a Facebook page for my podcast.
That's what I noticed is that, okay, so it's your podcast that I'm friends with now on Facebook, but I'm also friends with you on Facebook.
I don't have a Facebook page.
Okay. All right.
So I just started it today. I mean, it says my name. It says Steve Owens, but it's a picture of that because it wouldn't let me make that the name.
That's you.
Yeah, that's me.
And we're following each other.
Yes, we are.
I love it. So I just want to say that when I went and looked at the Facebook friend request, and when I went then on the page, there was already like 50 friends or something on there. Some large amount. Idea. How special is that? How long did it take you to get around to me?
Actually, like I said, I was setting it up, and I was just going through my contacts, and I was like, that one, yes, that one, no. No, yes, no, yes, yes, no. Because I have a window washing business, and so I have all of my clients in my phone, but that's separate, so I didn't include any of them in my Facebook.
You have a window washing business? You're a badass.
I'm neat.
You're a badass.
I'm awesome.
You are.
But my wife
You're a
is
cook?
the real badass. Well, I don't do that professionally.
But you can.
Yes, I'm awesome.
You're an awesome cook. And you have a wife that opens up hospitals. Now, what is she doing when she opens a hospital? She's just going up and unlocking the door?
Yeah.
And she has the key?
Yeah.
She makes sure she's the only one with the key, so they have to fly her in to open up the hospital?
Yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah, here's the thing. Here's the deal. You must know by now that she's 30 or 40 times smarter than you. And me. 50 times smarter than me.
She actually booked me a guest.
Who was the guest that she booked?
Oh my gosh, he is
Okay.
amazing. His name is Leroy Petrie.
I do not know that
He
name.
is only the second person since Vietnam who received the Medal of Honor while alive.
Really?
Yeah. So now I think there's 17. He was on the Super Bowl at the beginning.
Yeah, I saw that guy.
He was on one all the way to the left. So he has a Purple Heart, a Bronze Star, a Legion of Merit, and the Medal of Honor, plus a bunch of other shit. He's a fucking straight up war hero.
Hell yeah.
He got shot through both legs.
Yeah.
He lost from his elbow down.
Right.
And he was still in that condition. He put his own tourniquet on and still saved 2 other soldiers' lives. Oh my gosh. It's a great story.
Is that one up yet?
Memorial Day.
Did you interview him before the Super Bowl then, obviously?
It was...
Did he know at that point that he was going to be at the Super Bowl?
He did, but he didn't tell me.
Okay.
And when I saw him on the Super Bowl, I texted him, like, what the fuck, dude? Why did you tell me? He just started laughing.
Like, come on, man. Like, I could use the
just started
promotion.
laughing.
Although you can still use that to promote, right? Because you can hashtag whatever Super Bowl.
I can't
War
wait.
hero.
It was such a great interview. But yeah, my wife was on a plane with him, and my wife was in the Navy, and she just started talking to him, and she told him about my podcast and asked him if he would be on, and he was like, of course. And he gave her, like, this, it's called a challenge coin. I don't know if you've ever seen one, but it's like a special coin.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, like, it's got his name. He was like, here, give this to your husband or whatever. So, I mean, like, he's a super nice guy.
Wow.
So, it was really cool.
I'm trying to feel for my at the Air Force Academy where my dad went, they have coins that they give to each other. Yeah, and I it just fell out of my pocket literally this morning. It fell out of these jeans.
But at your house, right?
Yeah, at my house.
Okay, yeah.
Fell on the ground. It was in like I had it in a little plastic for whatever reason. It was in a plastic coating and it broke the plastic. And I was like, I'm just going to stick the coin straight in my... So now right now, as you're saying that, I'm picturing it just still sitting there on my...
Under the bed.
Yeah, it's on my kitchen floor. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, that's super cool.
I normally carry it with me all the time, but I didn't be fucking with it on security and lose it in California.
Right.
So it's on my dresser. But yeah, I've been having so much fun doing this.
Well,
so much.
You
know what's funny? I got out of the airport and I got into my Uber. I swear to God, the song that was on was California Love. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Hey, will you check that out?
California.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. We'll have you over to the house next time. Now, if Rance is going to have you over to the house, for God's sakes, I have to have you over to that. I just want to make sure it would go well. I mean, I can't just have...
You don't fucking know me, dude. I don't blame you. You don't know me from Adam. Where can everybody find you? When does Barry come out?
Barry comes out March 25th on HBO.
Okay.
Same day as Silicon Valley, Chris Williams' show. On HBO. We actually said we were at Sony at the same time with shooting at stages like right next to each other.
Cool.
Yeah, that's the next big thing. There's a Geico commercial that I'm in.
Is the fucking gecko in there or no?
He's not.
Good.
We had Sean though. We had this big giant Norwegian-looking Viking guy that's shirtless.
Has it come out yet?
It's on. Yeah, it's like supposedly. Anybody that watches television sees it more than they'd like to.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's good for you.
Yes.
That's fantastic. Way to go, Flo.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you'll be the new Flo for Geico.
Yeah.
Be great.
I don't know how I would look in that outfit, but I'm willing to give it a try.
So where can people find you on the social medias?
I'm at John Pirruccello. That's my Twitter. JohnPirruccello. My Facebook is John Pirruccello. I'm one of 3. I have 2 cousins that are both John Pirruccellos. What else? I'm on Instagram at Nomatter. Gnomeadder, which is an incredibly clever little thing that I made up.
I love it.
My 18-year-old son, just like 2 days ago, was like, "Oh my God, I get it!" Just like, I
awesome.
just got it.
That's hilarious. hilarious.
Yeah. Anyway, what a
well, thank you so much, John Pirruccello. I really appreciate your time.
Are you kidding, Steve Owens? Thank you so much for having me. What an honor. Thank you.
Hey guys, if you like what I'm doing, rate and review the podcast on iTunes and wherever else you're getting the podcast. And if you do order things from Amazon, it would really help me out if you use that Amazon banner that's on the website at fascinationstreetpod.com and just click through whenever you're buying stuff from Amazon. You can click through the first time and then save that to your favorites or bookmark it, and every time you use it, you don't have to go to the website to get there. I appreciate it, guys. Enjoy. Opening music is the song Magnolia from the 2014 album Intransigence, used with permission from Douglas Miles Clark. Closing music is Apollo from the 2001 album Into the Known by the band Sapphire. Thanks for hanging out with us and getting to know a little bit about our guest. We'll see you next time on Fascination Street.